And welcome to Upon Further Review. I'm Josh Aubrey. Plenty to get to in this week's show. On the college basketball front, the Georgia Southern men split Thursday and Saturday, knocking off Old Dominion. They'll be in action back at Hanner against Troy starting on Thursday night. As for the women, they lost a pair of games over the weekend. They are now 3-6 in Sunbelt play. They're on the road at Coastal Carolina coming up on Thursday. As for our area high school basketball teams, they're all getting ready to wrap up the regular season as the region tournaments will begin in just over a week. For the Statesboro Blue Devils, they are currently on top in the region, and if they are able to win their games on Friday and Saturday, they'll be able to host the region tournament. They knocked off Greenbrier this past Tuesday. We'll have highlights of that game for you coming up. The women were able to knock off Greenbrier as well. They've got Ware County on Friday and Bradwell on Saturday. Big games for the Blue Devils. As for the Portal Panthers, the boys remain undefeated in region play, 7-0. They had no problem with Savannah Classical this past week, and then they'll have a couple of games coming up. They'll be back home on Saturday for a 3 o'clock game for the girls and 4:30 for the guys. Bulloch Academy's girls remain on top in their region, undefeated, 6-0. They knocked off Frederica by 18 points this past Tuesday. We'll have highlights of that game coming up for you as well. Southeast Bulloch, the girls still winless on the season. The boys right now have the number 3 seed in the region. They split as they knocked off Islands on Friday and then lost to Benedictine at home in their home finale for the regular season on Tuesday. Plenty of highlights to come up from high school and Georgia Southern. Stay with us on Upon Further Review. Reminder before we go to break, hopefully you'll never be in an accident, but if so, please give our friends at the Sullivan Law Firm a call, 912-489-8888, or online at thesullivanlawfirm.com. Cook's Pharmacy, located on Highway 80 East, is family owned and operated by Lynn and Janie McCook, as well as their son, Josh McCook. Serving the Bulloch County area since 2005, McCook's Pharmacy offers fast and friendly service where the customers come first. Vaccinations are available, including shingles, flu, pneumonia, and Tdap. Drive-through service is available with 2 drive-through windows for your convenience. McCook's Pharmacy offers free local deliveries, and new customers are always welcome. Continuing the tradition of our family caring for your family, McCook's Pharmacy, Highway 80 East. Eagles' spirit and style are a priority around here, and that's why the University Store, the official outfitter of Georgia Southern, offers everything you need to be game day ready. The University Store carries the largest inventory of licensed Georgia Southern apparel, accessories, and spirited merchandise. Show your spirit with tents, flags, and chairs. Show your style with polos, hats, dresses, and jerseys. Visit us in-store at our stadium shops or online at gsustore.com. Show your spirit from tailgate to touchdown with the University Store today. Well, the Georgia Southern women's basketball team started off the season very strong, 11-3 on the season, but since they've gotten into Sunbelt play, things have gone downhill for the Lady Eagles. This past weekend, they lost Thursday and Saturday. They're now 3-6 in conference play. Let's send you out for some of the highlights from their games on Thursday and Saturday. The Georgia Southern Lady Eagles looking to snap a losing streak as they're hosting Georgia State on Thursday. First half action, and it's Tori and Starks driving in for the hoop and the foul. Later, Starks in the corner, and she buries the three-pointer. The Eagles down by 2. And then it's the pull-up jumper from Constance Thomas. The Eagles then working the ball around nicely, and Eden Johnson hits the corner 3. Then it's Johnson putting it on the floor. She drives to the rack and hits for 2 more. But the Eagles a little sloppy with the ball on this evening. The steal and the bucket by Crystal Henderson. She'd have 20 points. The Eagles try and come back with the 3 themselves here. Janiah Love Hill. And then another nice spin move and finish from Starks. but Georgia State proving to be too much on this night as they worked the ball inside to Patience Williams, and they'd go on to win 74-66. Georgia Southern looking to rebound Saturday, hosting the Marshall Thundering Herd. We pick up the action in the first half. Shy Booker pulls up and knocks down the long two-pointer. Then off the dish from Janiah Love Hill, Booker for two more inside. Marshall bombing away from outside. The three-pointer here. They'd have 17 in the game. The Eagles try and respond. Diamond Stokes penetrates for two, and then Stokes with the rebound and the putback. She'd finish with 16 points. Taryn Ward would lead the way once again for the Eagles here, the baseline jumper. And then driving in, she'll get the runner to fall. She'd have 28 points and 11 rebounds. Next, the nice spin move here from Torian Starks. Then later, off the steal, it's Simone James going in for two of her 16 points. Then another steal for the Eagles. James going coast to coast, but Marshall too much. And they go on to win this one by a final count of 106-95. Well, as for the men, they were able to split on the road, knocking off Old Dominion. They are 5-4 in conference play. The women will be at Coastal Carolina on Thursday. Then they'll be on the road on Saturday as well. As for the men, they'll be at home against Troy on Thursday for a 7 o'clock tip-off, and then back home against Appalachian State Saturday for a 3 o'clock tip. All right, high school highlights coming up next. There's a time for playing it safe and a time for Whiskey Business. Located on the corner of Highway 80 and East Main Street, Whiskey Business has one of the largest selections of bourbons, as well as an allocated selection of bourbons and top shelf liquors. Featuring the coldest walk-in beer cave around, a great selection of IPA and craft beers, as well as domestics. They also sell ice, mixers, champagne, wine with all your favorite brands. Whiskey Business also has a fully stocked cigar room with humidors, cigar cutters, torches, and other accessories, featuring brands like Man O' War, Buffalo Trace, Macanudo, and Rocky Patel. Open Monday through Wednesday, 9 to 9 p.m., Thursday through Saturday, 9 till 10 p.m. Stop by and see them today.
Davis, you're in. You tired of being on the sidelines? Let's get you in the game. GATA, get after those assets.
Well, plenty of high school highlights coming up from over the past week or so. We've got some highlights to bring you from Southeast Bulloch, Bulloch Academy, and Statesboro High. Portal had a few games on the road. They'll be back in action this Saturday. We'll have highlights of that for you next week. But let's get out and take a look at some highlights from this past week. Bulloch Academy hosting Pinewood. Lady Gator action as they try to remain undefeated in the region. Defensive pressure results in a turnover, and Ashante Noble able to finish the hoop and foul. Then Briley Ray gets the runner to fall. Then on the break, Noble knifes through the defense easily. Two more of her 21. She'll then find Kaylee Cardell, who is able to finish with the left hand. Cardell later left open on the corner, and she buries the three-pointer. Gators up by 10. Cardell then finds Adley Davis. She banks this one in. And then Marilyn Belcher rips the ball away from the defender and goes off the glass for two more. Noble missing, but following her own shot to give Bulloch Academy a 21-7 lead. Then Noble off the mark, but Davis there for the putback as the Gators win easily 51-25. Statesboro Blue Devils taking on Coffee County in a region matchup. A big night for Alyssa State. And here the rebound and putback. Then over to the corner we go where Maggie O'Neill drains the three-pointer. Coffee County trying to hang around as they'll hit the three. But the Blue Devils in control. Here Lindsey Johnson hits the jumper. And then it's O'Neill in the corner once again. And once again, she'll hit the three. Statesboro up by 15. The rebound and the foul and put back by Alyssa Staten. Back to Staten we go. And yes, another hoop and foul. She'd have 22 and 15 rebounds. Then Zaya Hagray gets in on the fun. Next, the inbounds play. Strickland showing her speed. She runs this one down and gets it to go. And Statesboro wins 79-48. To the boys' game we go. Devin Michael able to follow up his own miss and hits for two. Cam Michael then comes up with the steal, and he goes in for the layup. Coffee County keeping it close from way downtown, the three, but Statesboro answers with three themselves. Raylan Grant buries this one. And then it's Cam Wilkerson stepping outside for three more. Later off the inbound, Raylan Grant to Mike Goodman. And finally, DJ Brown will bury the three as Statesboro wins 46-38. 2-1. Southeast Bulloch hosting Islands, and just what the doctor ordered. The Lady Jackets in command in this one. Second half, Madison Lanier is able to score. Next, the baseline jumper by Kayla Adams. Then it's Kelsey Johnson off the glass inside, getting two after a nice pass. Then the putback right here by Adams. Then Adams inbounds, steps in, and knocks down the long three as Southeast goes on for the victory, 54-23. Senior night as the Yellow Jacket seniors honor between the games. We pick up the action in the boys' game. And it's a nice look inside to Trey Jones. Then Zach Wells finds Kyan Taylor, the easy layup, and then Taylor with the steal. Ahead to Christian Lynn for the bucket. Then Wells to Jones. Nice pass and finish. Wells then finds Jones again. He ends up with 13 points in the game. More from Southeast Bulloch in transition this time. Brandon Wells able to finish. Then Zach Wells starts to heat up. He steps back and knocks down the three-pointer. More from Zach. Another pull-up three. He'd lead the way with 22 points. And finally, inside we go for the hoop and the foul by Ash Collins as Southeast wins 85-49. And that'll wrap things up for now. We thank you for joining us. Don't forget a couple big games coming up for Statesboro. They'll be home on Friday night. That game against Ware County, and then Saturday the girls start at 5 against Bradwell. Portal will be in action on Saturday afternoon at home as well. You've also got the Georgia Southern men playing Saturday at 3 o'clock at Hanner Fieldhouse. A lot to get to. We'll have highlights for you next week. For now, that'll wrap things up. We'll see you again next week.